Welcome to Gale at Night. I want to talk about something real, something serious, and something a lot of people don't even realize is happening behind the scenes. Because when you're dealing with stalking, harassment, doxing, identity theft, and people digging into your private life, it's not always just some random person on the internet. Sometimes the only way somebody gets access to certain information is with help. Now, let me be crystal clear. I'm not pointing fingers at any specific officer or agency. What I am saying is this. We have seen real documented cases of law enforcement officials abusing their access to confidential systems to target people. And when you look at what victims like me and others have been dealing with, it raises real concerns about how individuals could be obtaining information they should never have access to. And that's why I say it's absolutely possible that someone could be pulling private information for personal, vindictive, or retaliatory purposes. Perfect example. A former police chief in Georgia was just arrested for using automated license plate systems to stalk and harass multiple people. This man had the authority, the badge, the trust of a whole community, and he was using these tools for personal illegal reasons. He resigned, was charged with misuse of the ALPR system. He was charged with stalking, harassing communications, the whole list. It's not a conspiracy theory when someone in power actually gets caught doing it. So when victims like me talk about our information being accessed, our locations being known, our private details being exposed, and people using that to harass or impersonate us, this is why I speak up. Because there are cases where insiders have abused their access. And when you're dealing with someone who is committed to stalking, harassing, and targeting people online and offline, all it takes is one person inside a system willing to help them. Again, I'm not accusing any specific officer in my situation, but what I am saying is that the pattern exists. It's happened before, and it's something that needs to be investigated anytime victims are dealing with harassment that requires information the average person cannot legally obtain. People deserve to feel safe. We deserve to know our personal data isn't being leaked or weaponized. And when you've been stalked, doxed, impersonated, or harassed, especially repeatedly, and you start to see how important accountability and oversight really are. Because this isn't just online drama. This is real life, real safety, and real people being harmed. This is why victims speak up. This is why I talk about it. Because if something like this is happening, it needs to be exposed and stopped before more people get hurt.
Sandy Springs has terminated an officer after he allegedly used the city's cameras and surveillance system for his own personal gain. Channel 2's Michael Dowden has been digging into the report, and it shows the former officer may have committed corporate espionage.
Yeah, this investigation centers around flock cameras. They give officers a real-time look at what's going on while also being license plate readers. But the investigation found that this officer may have been using this technology to benefit himself and his other job. Flock cameras, always watching, tracking, a tool built on trust.
It's an invaluable tool for law enforcement to actually solve cases, homicide cases, sexual assault cases.
But a recent investigation shows the trust may have been betrayed. It alleges that over the course of months, Sandy Springs Police Reserve Sergeant Francis Esposito used his Sandy Springs Flock login to run license plates, gather data, all for another job.
The data is the gold mine for literally any startup, any company that is trying to grow.
The investigation concluded that Esposito may have violated multiple Georgia laws, including corporate espionage.
I think that this officer probably understood the rules and understood what he was doing was wrong.
Now, in an email, Mr. Esposito's other employer, Signal 8, said in part, quote, "At no point did Mr. Esposito share, transmit, or transfer data from Flock Safety or the City of Sandy Springs to Signal 8 systems." However, the whistleblower who started this investigation was a former Signal 8 executive who told investigators that the data from Flock was used for beta testing and validation of the product.
It's clearly a violation of policy and perhaps state law.
And the concern is that what else the technology could be used for and who is watching the watchers.
Without the guardrails, the whole system is going to fall apart.
Now, after this termination, Sandy Springs then sent this case to Post, which then will look at potential disciplinary action against Mr. Esposito.
This is Gail at Night. Thank you all for watching, and thank you for supporting. Be sure to click the like button and subscribe, hit the notification bell, and set the bell to all.